Do you want to give the filling a taste?
I do. I was hoping you'd ask. I've been staring at it longingly. Welcome to Meals from Memory, the show where we ask the best chefs we know their can't-miss go-to weeknight recipes. Maryam, what are we cooking today?
So some of my go-tos, my favorites in the kitchen that I'd love to bring here today is a Afghan flatbread and a Borani Banjan, which is an eggplant dish.
The perfect Afghan meal. I can't wait.
I really believe so. Now for the Bolani, there's two different fillings that you can do with this one. Growing up, my mom would either do one that was just potatoes and one that was just, I'm using green onions here today, but traditionally it's leeks or like chives. So we're gonna mix it today. All we have to do is peel the potatoes and drop them into boil, and then we're ready to assemble them. I like to kind of shred or grate the potatoes. I feel like it just helps with the consistency instead of having chunks of potatoes. So while I do this, do you mind sauteing down the green onions and the peppers?
Of course.
Thank you.
I love the amount of vegetables
in the dishes, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is the flatbread, but there's so much green. It just feels fresh and healthy, which is what I love about Afghan food.
I love that. And then all we have to do really is just combine everything. So putting the sauteed green onions and the peppers into the potatoes. And then could you add some cilantro in here, the fresh cilantro?
Absolutely.
And then all this one really takes is some ground coriander, a pinch of salt, and then do you like your food spicy? Not spicy, a little spice.
Mildly spicy,
okay.
A little spicy.
Same. So just a pinch of the crushed red pepper flakes. Do you want to give the filling a taste?
I do. I was hoping you'd ask. I've been staring at it longingly. Got a big bite here.
It has a little kick to it, also from the pepper, but not too much.
Really good.
Yep. And now we can just assemble it all. I like to use uncooked tortillas or raw tortillas, you can call it. Traditionally, it's just made with a homemade dough. Just some flour, oil, water, and salt. This is such a nice hack where you're not standing there hours in the kitchen trying to make this homemade dough. I'm telling you, no one would even know that this is not homemade. And then we just have to fill it.
Right in the middle?
Right in the middle, or closer to the bottom edge. So I'll add a little bit onto each one. And then if you want, you can kind of take a spoon and kind of flatten it out. Leave a little space towards the edges so we have room for the seal. And then, yeah, just fold it over and give all the edges a tight squeeze for a good seal so they don't open up. I love how this is your first time making this and you're already closing up your first one while I'm still working on mine.
Oh, I am hungry.
But yeah, tight little squeeze and they should look like this. I think we're ready to fry. If you can put just a little bit of oil, I don't like these too oily, and then in one pan, we can actually add 2 of these, and then we're gonna fry them until they're about golden on both sides.
I've been waiting for this moment since you walked into the studio.
I love that. That sound is like music to my ears, my heart, all of it.
So crispy.
So for the dip, you can do a mint yogurt sauce. If you wanna go really spicy, you can do a chutney. It could be red, it could be green.
That's really good. The soft potatoes, all the herbs, and then you get this like acidity from the yogurt.
One of my top 5 favorite things, honestly. Okay, so for the eggplants, I like to kind of just slice these into something like this. Yep, perfect. My grandma actually loved to put these out and let them dry overnight even, and then kind of start the dish the next day. But just sprinkling some salt on it, setting it out on the cutting board for a little bit to let that release its moisture. And then now we're just going to give these a fry until they're nice and golden on both sides. They're not gonna take long at all.
Eggplant's either not good or really good.
Yes,
and if you cook it right, it's really good.
I agree. I feel like as long as, for me, the pairings are right, then I can do it. And now we're gonna move on to making my favorite part, the sauce. While the oil is still hot, I like to fry just some garnishes. This could be anything. It could be sweet peppers, it could be Thai chilies, garlic, whether it's sliced or whole. So just for the final serving, it really just makes it all a little more beautiful. All right, and now just want a little bit of oil, some onions, tomatoes, you have the peppers, some garlic, tomato paste, cayenne, just a pinch, the coriander, some turmeric, and this is just going to need just a few minutes so the tomatoes can break down and everything turns into a nice sauce. But to kind of help speed up that process, I like to add a little bit of water and then close the lid.
Let's take a peek.
I'm gonna just add the eggplant on top for just a few minutes, and this is going to be all done. Okay, so for this one, it really just is all about the layers when we serve it. I like to do a bed of the garlic yogurt first, and then I'm going to add some of the sauce. And we're just gonna kind of, no perfect order for this, just building the layers as we go. And then always with the dried mint. Okay, and then from here, for bread, you can do like a naan bread and Afghan bread, but I do love a Persian sangak. It's one of my favorites.
Mine too.
We're gonna just go right in Afghan style.
I'm gonna try and get a little bit of everything. Get that, all the flavors in one bite. That's really good. I love the eggplant, I love the tomato and the yogurt and just the mix of flavors.
I'm so glad you like it.
Thank you so much for teaching me these dishes, these recipes from your family. I'm gonna be making them all the time.
Thank you for having me, and I'm so happy that I was able to make them for you.
So good. If you loved this episode, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss a recipe. Let us know in the comments what dish you make from memory, and join us next week for another delicious story.